Okay, sir, state your name and date of birth.
Thomas Henry Brown, March 31st, 1994.
Okay, and counsel?
Yes, Your Honor, Hector Diaz on behalf of Mr. Brown. And my appearance is a limited appearance for purposes of this hearing.
Okay, and counsel for the state?
Yes, thank you, Judge. Good evening, Jeff Roseberry on behalf of the Maricopa County Attorney's Office for the state.
All right, sir, you're here on a Superior Court new case alleging 2 counts of murder in the first degree. I noticed that you have an attorney here. He tells me that this is a limited appearance. You did not give any information in terms of your financial affidavit. Are you working?
I am working, but currently I own an LLC and don't have access to my computer, so I'm unable to work.
Okay, you don't have access to your what?
My computer, which is how I run my LLC.
Are you self-employed?
Correct. I own an LLC.
Well, I am going to appoint you an attorney. Now, if you and counsel work something out, that's fine. I do want to make sure that you have an attorney at your next hearing. Counsel for the state, did you want to be heard?
Yes, please, just briefly, Judge.
Go ahead.
Did the court receive our short written recommendation, Judge?
I did.
Thank you, Judge, and I'll be brief. The state is requesting a $2 million cash bond due to the gravity of these crimes. The case does involve, as Your Honor is well aware from the Form 4, the murder of 2 teenagers who were camping. Both of these victims were shot multiple times. Both of the victims were moved and concealed in the brush. As you noted from the Form 4, Judge, Brown's DNA is found in the victim's SUV. Brown's DNA is found inside of the gloves with the blood on the outside. I'm not going to rehash all of the details from the Form 4. As Your Honor asked, Brown does have a job. He runs his own business. Brown also has a spouse who is employed. The state believes that Brown is a danger to the community, a potential flight risk, and given the nature of this crime itself, we would ask for that $2 million cash bond. Thank you, Judge.
And I had a chance to read the addendum in this case, and, you know, I was left with the question in terms of what was the conduct here that caused the death? I mean, you have to infer from the Form 4. I understand that, you know, there's mention of Mr. Brown's DNA on certain items on the scene. He doesn't deny in the probable cause statement that he had contact with both of the alleged victims. He was there camping, he was there hiking, but importantly, there's little reference to where Mr. Brown's DNA was not found. And what's interesting is no mention in the addendum that they were found on the shell casings. There's no mention that any of the DNA was found on items. They make mention in the Form 4 that there were these items along a trail that presumably Mr. Brown hiked, and yet there's no DNA on any of these items that were collected at all. There's reference to a search warrant that was done here. And there was a search warrant that, the way it's referenced in the addendum is that it was somehow limited to fingerprints or was limited to obtaining his DNA. In fact, there was a pretty comprehensive search that occurred months prior to today where they searched his residence, they searched his vehicle, and there's no reference at all to that there were any items that connected Mr. Brown to the alleged murder. And so Judge, Mr. Brown, I understand he didn't provide any information. He has no criminal history whatsoever. He's been a resident of Phoenix for quite some time, for I think 5 years. He's married, served in the military for 10 years. We'd ask the court to impose a bond consistent with the information that's provided in the addendum, which again, you have to infer here that Mr. Brown was somehow connected to this conduct and what that conduct was. And so we'd ask the court to impose a bond that is less than $2 million cash.
All right, counsel, your arguments about the facts of the case, I mean, I have found probable cause. That's a lower standard, obviously, than what will have to be proved at trial. But I do believe that there's sufficient evidence that's been provided to the court to find probable cause on this matter. Your next hearing, sir, will be a status conference on October the 8th at 8:30. And again, I have received, reviewed, and considered the victim's statement from looks like the mother of the female victim in this case. And I do agree with the county attorneys. I am going to set a $2 million cash-only bond.